Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been enjoying my spooktacular videos. Today's videos are all about ghosts. So we're going to start this video off with some ghost pictures. This is so easy to make. You just need 2 picture frames. These came from the Dollar Tree and they have a white frame, so I thought that would be perfect for white ghosts. I took out the back. I kind of struggled with getting the tabs out, but I got them all out. We're just going to be using the frame and the glass. So on the back of the frame, I added some hot glue and I put that glass back into the frame. Easy peasy. This is a great craft to do with your kids or your grandkids. It's just a fun project and it would be so cute because everybody has their interpretation of what a ghost looks like. So I am just doing some non-scary little cutesy ghosts in this video, but you do them any way you want and you can embellish this any way you want. On the one frame, I did it long ways and one big ghost. And then on the other frame, I turned it sideways and did 3 little ghosts. Now, if you're using a chalk paint pen, don't do what I just did. I was pushing down on it as I was drawing, so I got a whole bunch of paint come out. What's nice about this project is you can just kind of draw your design out and you can fix it as you go, because after I drew these, I didn't really like the way they looked, so I kind of just tweaked it at the end and made it the kind of shape I wanted, I guess I want to say. I was more happy with the big ghost than I was with these 3 little ones. To me, they kind of look like candy corn, and I wish I would have done it different, but I'm just showing you guys how to do this. So once you have all of your ghosts colored in, you can come back in after it dries and use a black paint pen. I wouldn't suggest using a Sharpie. I tried that at first and it did not work. So if you have a black paint pen, or if you're really good freehanding with a paintbrush and paint, go for that too. So color these babies in and then come back with that black and you can add cute ghost faces to them. And that's just up to your imagination how you want to do it. After I put my cutesy little ghost faces on them, then I came around the edges and just added some lines kind of to highlight it. I still think they look like ghost candy corns, but they are really cute. And they're really cute. It would be on a mantle or on a shelf because you can see through the glass, or even put some spooky cloth behind them. DIY number 2, ghost jar. This is another really easy project. You can use any jar. I'm actually using a plastic craft jar from Dollar Tree, and you can also fill it with anything. So I took the lid off. There's no painting involved. I had some white tulle that I actually found at a Goodwill, and I shoved it inside the jar but left the bottom hanging out. And like I said, you can use pretty much any fabric. Just put it in your jar and make sure that it's hanging out of the bottom. Now I hot glued the lid to the bottom of the jar, which is now going to be the top of the jar. If that makes any sense. And that's going to be like his little hat. And then all you have to do, I used a Sharpie, but you could use a black paint pen and draw a cutesy little ghost face on. For the eyeballs, I kind of did half moons, and then I added a nose and a mouth and just colored it in with the Sharpie. I think my Sharpie is almost had it. I need to go get a new one because it really wasn't that dark. So I had to go over it a couple times to get it darker. But I don't have, when it comes to like intricate little painting like this, I usually mess up, so I didn't use my paintbrush and paint. But if you're good at that, this would be great to do it that way. Or like I said, a paint pen would work perfectly as well. Look how cute he is. So then all I did was take some hot glue after that and put a couple dabs of hot glue to the top, and I added some string so that you would be able to hang this. You could make so many of these and just have them hanging around the house, and it's so cute. This is another craft that would be great to do with your kids or your grandkids. I had some more of that white tulle left over, and I had some ping pong balls, so I thought I would show you another way to make cute little ghosts. And you just take your fabric. You could use cheesecloth if you don't have tulle or some other kind of fabric that's see-through, and you just cut it out. Put that little ping pong ball in the center and draw a cute little ghost face on the ping pong ball. Then put it in the center. Just wrap the tulle or your fabric around the ping pong ball. Use a string to tie it underneath it. And you got the cutest little hanging ghost. You can make so many of these, and I'm going to show you how I have it hanging from the creepy cloth that I have. Because the string that you use to tie around the ping pong ball is also a hanger, so you can attach it to creepy cloth and they look like they're floating. It's really cute, real fun, and so easy to make. DIY number 3, the ghost cloche. Finally learned how to say that word. Dollar Tree sells these cloches that I've been dying to use. So I finally broke it out and decided to make a project with it. So you need that, and I'm using some leftover mop that I had used in a prior project, and he had some mop left over. But you could use white nautical rope, you could use yarn, anything white. So I'm just taking the strings of the mop and putting them together. Then I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue to the bottom and put the top of the mop on it so that it's one piece. Be very careful doing this. I burnt the heck out of my hand doing this because the glue came through and I wasn't even thinking about that. So take another mop string and tie it around the top. That's going to be the head of your ghost. And the strings that you tied it with can fade into the back of the ghost. So I used some black buttons for the eyes. So cute. And then I used some black string to make a little bow on him. I put him in the cloche just to kind of eyeball where I had to cut. Cut a little shorter because it was a little bit too long and I did have to come back and trim him up a little bit so that he would fit. You want it to look like he's floating inside the cloche, so cut him a little smaller than I did. So like I said, I just made a black bow and attached that bow. And then I put some hot glue on his little ghost head and I attached him right to the top of the inside of the cloche. I put the cloche back together and he looks like he's suspended in it, like he's floating. Now I did not like that you could see the hot glue on the top of his head, so I took another mop string and I just glued it to where it was making a circle. Once I had the circle big enough that it was the same size as his head, I hot glued that to the top of the cloche, which gives it a really neat effect because it almost looks like he's ghostly and can just go through objects, and part of him is outside and part of him is inside. It's just a really neat effect, and it hid the hot glue on top of his head. Again, these crafts are so much fun to make, so easy, and you can do them with your children or grandchildren, which makes it even more fun to create and something to do together. I hope you guys are enjoying my spooktacular videos. I got more to come. I'm so excited. My favorite time to do little ghostly and Halloween decor. So stick around, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be posting every Wednesday and Sunday because I'm having so much fun doing these. If you are new to my channel, a big hello, big hugs, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And my existing subscribers, I love y'all so much. Thank you. If you like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe, and I'll see you next week.